friends, it's Deb from Bowl Me Over. Welcome to my kitchen. I'm so glad you're here today. We're going to do a super easy recipe today, and that is Crockpot cracked chicken. Let me walk you through the ingredients really quick. It's really just a handful. The Crockpot's going to do all the work for you, and we love that, right? So what we have today is chicken. I'm using chicken breast. You can certainly use chicken thighs as well. Some cheese, seasoning, and we also have a few more ingredients, and that's green onions and some bacon, because every crack recipe has cream cheese and ranch dressing and bacon. So those are the things you have to have. Anyway, so let's get started. I'm going to show you just the quick process here. We're going to bake off some bacon in the oven. I'll come back and do that, and just let the crock pot do its thing. So let's start there. We want to spray pan in our slow cooker because we don't want it to stick. Trying a different angle today, so let me know if you like that. The other angle, I was like this far underneath the light, so hopefully that works a little better for you. Pop me a note or leave a comment in the comments below, but just let me know what you think. Okay, so we have our chicken, and the first thing we're going to do is lay that in the bottom of the slow cooker. This one can't be easier. I love that. And turn him that way. You could also, like I mentioned, use chicken thighs. And that's just all snugged into the bottom of the crock pot. Let me throw this away really quick. Put that in the sink. And the next thing we have is the cream cheese. Who doesn't love a meal with 5 minutes of prep, right? That's the best. Okay. And you don't even have to have this at room temperature. In fact, it might even slice a little easier if it's not room temperature. And when I say slice, I'm just going to kind of cube it. And then we're going to put it right into our slow cooker. This is my idea of a lazy day meal. This is terrific. First of all, it's terrific on its own, but it's great over noodles. It's great over potatoes. It's wonderful because like over potatoes, it's kind of like a stuffed potato, which I think is super good. It's terrific over egg noodles, rice. Yeah, yum. Okay, so we're just going to put these on top. And that's easy enough, right? And next up, ranch dressing. Love an easy recipe. I used Uncle Dan's here. It's really popular in the Northwest, but Hidden Valley is also another great packet seasoning. You can't use ranch dressing. You need to use the packet, the seasoning packet. And the reason why is it's going to come out too juicy, just won't have the same flavoring as well. And this is just simple and easy, so we're sticking to it. Okay. Guys, that's what we start with. Don't you love that? Okay. Sealed the crock pot. We are going to turn it on manual, turn it to low, and hit enter. That's how simple this is. In fact, I'll come around and get the camera and just kind of give you an overview on the top so you can see exactly what's going on. See, here's our crock pot. We have everything on low. All we did was lay the chicken on the bottom, cube the cream cheese, lay it on top, and sprinkle everything with ranch dressing. It's that easy. Hey guys, so we are back in the kitchen. We have our crock pot cracked chicken that is in in the slow cooker right now. I think I neglected to say it goes for 6 to 8 hours on low, 3 to 4 hours on high. I personally prefer cooking chicken on low because it's more tender that way. Sometimes when you cook it on high, it just makes it tough. So again, I prefer low. Set it and forget it. Head off to work, do your thing. So that's ready to go. So the next thing we have, and you could have this done ahead of time, is the bacon. So we want crispy bacon to top the chicken with. And for that, I'm going to cook it in the oven. I have a air fryer recipe I'll link up to on the notes below. Sorry for the barking, but they're busy today. So for the oven, I have a large sheet pan and parchment paper. You could also use aluminum foil if you'd prefer. And for this, I'm going to go ahead and just do all of it's a pound of bacon. I'm just going to do it all. But I only need 6, I think I'm going to do it all. Let's see what fits on here. 6 slices of bacon for this recipe. And yeah, it should all fit. For this, what I do personally when I'm cooking a large amount of bacon like this, I like to cook it in the oven because it's splatter free. And for that, I got to squeeze a couple more in here. I put everything on a lined cookie sheet just to make cleanup a little bit easier. And then I let the oven do the work. And normally, you know how you preheat the oven until it's, when you hear the beeper go off and then you're ready to put stuff in. For bacon, you want it to render. To get crispy bacon, you want it to render the fat. And to render the fat, you're better off if you put the cookie sheet, the baking sheet, into a cold oven, because then as it comes up to temperature, it heats up the bacon at the same time. It renders off fat more easily that way. So again, it's going to depend on the heat of your individual oven. I'm going to put this in the oven at 400 degrees in the preheat cycle. And I'm going to set my timer for 17 minutes and check it at 17. You can pretty much tell by your nose. Might take a few minutes less, might take a few minutes more. Y'all know we moved here recently and I haven't done that with this oven yet. So we'll see if it cooks a little bit differently. But, just do the nose test. If you can smell your bacon, check it and see where it's at in the crisping process. So we'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, guys, my timer just went off. Let's check the bacon. Hang on a quick sec here. Ooh. And I just gave myself a facial, as you could well imagine. Doesn't that look wonderful? I like baking it on a sheet pan when you have a large amount of bacon to do, because it just stays nice and flat. All right. And so I'm going to take the bacon off and turn my timer off again. Off the sheet pan and put it on this paper towel, just so it can, get all that grease off there. So let's just take a few minutes. And the only thing that's still happening is this is going to be cooking for 6 to 8 hours. Again, I cook it on low, and we'll just let it do its thing. And I'll stop back by this afternoon, right before we eat dinner, I might add, and show you how yummy this looks. The only thing we'll need to do when it finishes is shred it. We're going to top it with shredded cheese, crispy bacon, and green onions, and it's going to be delicious. More in a bit. Okay, so now we are here in the kitchen, and our wonderful Crockpot cracked chicken has been bubbling and simmering away for about 6 hours, maybe closer to 7 now. And so I did take the lid off, and I wanted to show you that just so you can tell when it's done. So check this out. See how how soft and tender it is, and how you can just easily shred that chicken. You can shred it with a couple of forks, but I'm going to show you my favorite way to shred the chicken. Okay, so our chicken is done. It's nice and tender, and it's time to shred the chicken. Of course, you don't have to, but shredding the chicken is nice because it makes all the cream cheese and everything, the ranch dressing, blends it all nicely into the chicken. And so when I say blends it all nicely, this is actually how I shred the chicken. It's just easy. It's less messy because this is hot, and that way I don't even have to get my fingers up close to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in my crock pot. I'm going to turn on low, and it only takes a couple passes through, and I'll give you a close-up view of this too. See how nice that shreds up? It's really that easy. Why get complicated when you can just do quick and easy? Okay, so just a few more quick steps. And the first thing is we need to, I forgot when I was showing the ingredients, but we need a cup of shredded cheese. And I like there's plenty of times to use pre-shredded. This isn't particularly one of them, won't kill it or anything, but the fresh shredded cheese always melts better. So we're just gonna quick shred that. That didn't take long at all. That's about a cup. That's perfect. And what I'm gonna do here is just spread it on the top of the shredded cheese inside the casserole dish, inside the slow cooker dish, and make sure I get all those goodies up. I'm going to put the lid on. I'm going to change this to warm. Let's see. And then it takes about 15 minutes, 10 minutes. All we need is the cheese to grate. I'm going to chop up my bacon and dice some green onions, and we'll be ready to eat here in just a minute. Be back in a sec. Okay, so actually I just ended up turning the crock pot off, and I'll get you a close-up view here at the end too, but look at this. It's saucy, it's cheesy. Remember, we didn't even add any water to this. The cheese is all melted into the top. Took a few minutes and crunched up some bacon. We're going to put some bacon right on the top of it, some green onions, and let me tell you, that over a baked potato. In fact, let me get a quick little plate here. And I got a fork here still. It's super hot, of course. It's fresh out of the crock pot. Oh, goodness. Now, when I make this for dinner tonight, I like this over egg noodles. I think it's just perfect over egg noodles or rice. It is great in a baked potato because it's like your favorite loaded baked potato right there. But the chicken is so tender. I love the tang that you get from the cream cheese and the saltiness from the bacon and the ranch dressing. It is perfect. So let me give it a try though. Oh, yum. Pretty amazing stuff right there. Doesn't that look terrific? Yum. Let me tell you, this right here, that's like worth its weight in gold. And that little, you could skip the green onions if you wanted to, but that little bit of tang gives it just that tiny hint of freshness. Yeah, you want to make this for dinner. That's so good. Definitely need to have that on your rotation. So the recipe is below. All the ingredients and step-by-steps are below. If you want to see the full blog post, make sure you go to the blog, bowlmeover.com. Ton more chicken recipes there. Some really great, really easy chicken recipes. A lot of crockpot recipes too. And, you know, if you want to make weeknight a breeze, which is our goal, right? Easy, cheesy, delicious. That's our goal. Head to the blog, bowlmeover.com. You can also find me on Facebook, find me on Pinterest, little dabble over there in TikTok, Instagram, just really working on more videos because that's what I've heard people say they want. So more videos. I do appreciate your support though. So don't forget, like and subscribe below, and we'll see you next time. Okay. Have a wonderful day.